Malorie is most typically a very, very, very happy and bright individual. You know, she's very loving, sweet, and caring.
Personality, she's really friendly, hugging, just very sweet, and with a great personality, with a smile and just a listening ear.
Wow. That's a tough one, huh?
Yeah.
She's bubbly, joyful, makes everybody smile.
Outgoing, cares about what she does and everything, and loves chickens, running around the house, happily married now, has a great husband and everything, and she's a good lady.
I think she's special because she just, loves helping people, and people see that. She's true, and it's just sometimes she amazes me with how much she gives to people and feels what they feel.
She could bring out the best in people.
Yeah.
My name is Malorie and I'm 30 years old. I'm a cosmetologist. I do hair and makeup, and I've been doing it for 10 years. My hair has been thinning over quite a few years. I would say probably started 5.5 years ago. My hair started thinning once I moved out for the first time. Me and it was my boyfriend at the time, my husband now. We got a house together and all these bills, and so I noticed my hair starting to thin then, but I just ignored it. Didn't think anything of it, didn't want to. And I would say June 2014, I had a bald spot in the back of my head. And one of my girlfriends saw it and said, "You have a bald spot." And I was like, yeah, whatever. Just neglected it, didn't want to think about it, just was hoping that my hair would just grow back. And then my boyfriend proposed to me November 2014, and after that, January, it started coming out in tennis ball sizes, just big patches of hair that started coming out. And now I was preparing for a wedding for September 26, 2015 was when I was getting married, and here I'm a hairdresser, and my hair is just falling out and I can't do anything about it. And so then I started going to doctors, and they told me, I did blood work, they told me I had alopecia, and it's a gene you're born with, and you have 1% of people, their hair never grows back. There's 3 different types. You could lose the hair of your whole body, your whole head, or just patches on your head. And so I lost all my hair on my whole head over, from January to June 26th, I had 3 little strands left, and so I had to shave it all off bald.
She had this moment where she was really stressed out about it. Like, am I not going to be attracted to her? And I was like, I wasn't with you for the hair.
I was hoping I wouldn't get emotional. So it was very emotional. For a woman, their hair is everything to them. It's like security, and you feel like that's what makes you beautiful. And I'm a hairdresser, and here I have people look at me for a style, how to dress, how to do their hair, everything. And for years, I've been doing here 10 years, I've always done different colors and different styles, and my clients have always loved looking at what's she gonna look like today, and So it was very, very hard. And people just being in places and people looking at you, and especially as it was thinning, I was trying to hide it. I wasn't ready to accept it or to talk about it. So it was actually really nice that for the beginning of it, when I couldn't talk about it, when it was a lot to handle, nobody said anything to me. Everybody acted like they didn't notice. I don't know if they did or not, but there was no questions. And when I was ready to talk about it, people started asking. And this was before I shaved it.
I finally felt like, okay, this is more than just a bad styling thing that maybe she did with her friends. I felt like maybe it was something more than that. So I just asked her, I hope you don't mind. I just want to know if you're okay, or is everything okay as far as your health? And then that's when she was really friendly and open to me, and she just said, oh no, this is what I have, and then she explained to me, and then I felt her personality was strong, and that she was handling it very well, and that I should have asked her maybe 2 visits earlier. I just didn't realize that she would have been so open to let me know.
And so I started telling my story, and then when it came to shaving it, was really, really hard. It was kind of like almost like bittersweet. Oh, it was like I'm embarrassed to go out with 3 strands of hair, but I'm letting go of my hair. So, but after I shaved it, it was like a free, like, lifting experience. Like, it was the best thing I ever did.
I mean, there was tears involved with it, you know, but no joke. I mean, you know, the weight on your shoulders of stress, right, is not a tangible thing. You know, it's an invisible weight, right? But when I tell you I can actually see, like, you know, the release of stress on, I mean, it was a very physical manifestation of shaving her head, looking in the mirror, and having a rationalization of I no longer look like a dying cancer patient. And that was huge. That was the biggest step forward in the whole process and situation. So in this moment of shaving her head, it was beautiful. You know, for me, it was light at the end of the tunnel for her, you know. And after that, it was really kind of more of the downhill side of things. Of shaving her head gave us kind of all the ability to accept it.
During that time before the wedding, one of my clients came in and he said, I want you to shave off all my hair. I said, what? He said, I want to do it for you.
So that day I came in to do it, you know, I sat down at the chair, and the first thing she always asks me is, well, has your hair said anything to you lately? And I said, well, actually, Malorie, yes, it has. I said, she goes, oh, what did it tell you? I said, it actually told me to have you shave it all off. She's like, what? And I said, yeah. I said, I want you to shave my head, just like yours. And she goes, I won't do it. And I said, yes, you will. I'm the customer, and you have to do what I tell you. And she goes, I won't. She goes, your hair is so beautiful. I said, I don't care. I said, you're a lot stronger than I am. You're a stronger person than I am. I said, let me do this for you, and we can go from there. So she finally conceded to do it, and she goes, how low do you want it? I said, I want it all off. And she goes, I won't do it. I said, yes, you will. And so she pulls out like a number 5, I guess, on her razor levels. And she starts doing it. I said, no, I don't want half an inch of hair sticking out. I want it all off. And so it was like a progression down to 4, down to 3, down to 2. I said, all of it. She goes, let me do a 1. And so she did 1. And when she got it done, she goes, I'm not going to shave all your hair off. I said, okay, we'll compromise.
He still shaves. He has to be shaving every 2 weeks till this day, and he's like, man, it's the best thing I ever did. He's like, I don't gotta do nothing. I was like, yeah, tell me about it. It's great. I get to sleep in. And I tell you, things like that are just amazing. They're so amazing.
As a mom, you always want to be there to help. I couldn't fix it. And a lot of times I was just, kind of not ignoring it, but, we had the salon, we worked together, it's really hard. And I had to watch her every day. So it's really hard. And I was just being strong. But one day on the phone, I just told her I broke down. I said, sorry, Malorie, I can't help you. I can't fix this. And I want you to know that it hurts me that you're going through this, but I'm very proud of you about how you've been reacting. And I just had a meltdown a little bit. And I still do, because as a mom, you always want to fix them. You want to fix your kids and help them, and you can't. And I think it's harder because we work together, and I saw her every day. So, but then I just knew I didn't want to tell her how much it's hurting me as a mom. So she knew that. Of course, I cared.
So I was getting steroid shots in my head. I got 3 rounds of steroid shots. They put them all over your head. It's painful, and you have a headache for a few days. Very, very sensitive scalp. And after 3 rounds, I started getting a few indents in my head. I went to a different dermatologist, and he said, well, if you keep using steroids, your head it'll keep caving in, and eventually your skin will thin, and you'll see your veins. And then if you keep going with the steroids, eventually you could just scratch your head, and your scalp will literally peel off. So I was like, okay, done with that.
She was getting steroid shots that were extremely painful, to the point where touching anything below or above her eye sockets was just the top of her ears, and it was just very sensitive, and it hurt. She would forget and go to scratch her head and instantly start crying. It was tough. So there was, like I said, she shouldered so much of a burden to not want anyone else to have to deal with these kind of things. It was horrible.
What took the longest to accept is that I wasn't going to have hair for my wedding. I wanted to peel the veil. My scalp may sound stupid, but those little things, and our hair for us women are everything to us. It's our security. And I lost it all. I color my hair all different colors. I do all different cuts, and it's gone. Now I can't do anything.
I wanted to, whatever it cost, I was going to pay for the wig, because, that's something that I wanted to help her with. We went together, we found Ollie's, I think, and we got it, and we had a day together, and we got 2 wigs, and that was cool. That was really neat. And she looked beautiful. You wouldn't even know she had a wig. A lot of people at the wedding really had not seen her and knew about this, and they didn't even know. And nobody thought of anything. It came out really beautiful.
It's a good day.
And it's all about, when you get lemons, you make lemonade. That saying, and Malorie's a great one for that. And I think we all are. Our family's really good about that. Always have been that way. Troopers that way.
Part of it was, I was a jackass and took 10 years to marry her. So she had 10 years of opportune planning. So I wasn't necessarily in need for that. There were things that I definitely, I would say maybe I was kind of involved in. She ran the show. The entire wedding was all her, I thought it was crazy. Dealing with her hair, on top of planning a wedding, on top of, helping family run a business. Stretched thin, to say the least. And it was really tough on her. There was a lot of stress, a lot of nights crying, But I think it's a combination of a lot of things. I think ideally, when you want to have a perfect party, right, for a wedding, that amount of stress in itself is probably pretty overwhelming. But then on top of that, I know the wig shopping was both a difficult endeavor and a fun one at the same time. I think at the beginning of it, trying to find wigs and things like that was really tough for her, but then once she found something that really made her happy, and I don't know if you saw pictures, but it doesn't much look like she was wearing a wig in any way, shape, or form, and she looked beautiful. But I don't know. I mean, she'll tell you I don't like her with wigs on. I think she's absolutely gorgeous the way she is. She's lucky that, like, if you shaved my head, you would laugh at how lumpy it is. Like, she's gorgeous, like so darn lucky to like be able to do whatever the heck she wants and look that good. So, I mean, there's both sides of the coin, I mean, there's the getting comfortable with it over time, right? That eased over time, but at the same time, there was no let up on the pressure of creating this great wedding, so it was hard. There was tough moments for sure. But again, the amount that I had to deal with compared to her, she's a saint. I mean, I don't know how she did it, to be perfectly honest, but she pulled it off. And the wedding was amazing. The wedding was one of the best parties I've ever been to. And I'm not saying that because it was our wedding. She put together an amazing event. And there was things that I remember asking her, like, "You're crazy. What do we need, like, a dresser for, right? Like a dresser drawer. Like, what? It's uncomfortable. Like, I don't understand." And then I saw it and I was like, "Holy crap, this is dope. This is so cool." Like, so, hindsight, right? I had to go back and be like, look, all those things I was telling you I thought was really stupid and silly and like I didn't get, right? I'm really glad that you just said, don't worry about it. Because it was amazing. And so I think building up to was really tough for her. There was just a pile of stress. Once that day hit and she got to the point where it was party time, it was pretty good. It was really nice. She had a blast. It was a great time. So, yeah, but yeah, I don't know how she did it. I don't. Like I said, I mean, I picked up alcohol.
So after the wedding, we went on a honeymoon to Kauai. While we were there, we went to a bookstore. And in the bookstore was a husband and wife who owned it. And randomly, she started talking to me and said that she sees more than just the average person. And I was like a psychic? And she was like, more than that. You know, she has like a dictionary up here, and she can tell you anything you need to know about yourself. And so she kind of helped guide me a little bit with, you know, part of why I got alopecia is I have overgrowth of yeast inside my body, and that is shown through. It's so I have such an overgrowth of it that it's now coming on the outside. I hold all my emotions in, and I think because I hold all my emotions in, this like had to happen. So that, I think, because I held everything, it happened, but also to teach me how not to.
You know, it hurts to have your child go through something, but I knew Malorie was going to pull through. You know, no matter what, she's still Malorie. That doesn't change.
Nothing that, you know, in the distance it looks like a mountain. As you approach it, it becomes a molehill, and as you hit it, it's a pebble. So we deal with it.
I would hope that I would be as strong as her to do that. And it made me realize that hair is just hair and hair grows back, and I would hope to be as strong as her.
But after the wedding was over, that's when it really started to go back. I had less stress. I planned the whole wedding myself, me and my mom. I was the wedding planner, she was the coordinator. But I also feel like it wasn't just that. There was, you know, it was more than just that. That was just part of it. Mm-hmm. And I think therapy has really helped to see what else in my life was making me stressed out. My husband has been a really, really great support through all of this. And he's like, I never fell in love with your hair, and you're beautiful no matter what. And I think that's really helped as well. So good. Yeah.
Should have got one of you crying though.
I know that would have been
She
good.
started crying. I was like, oh shit.
It was emotional for me.
Yeah.
Why was it so emotional?
Because it was like everything she wanted, and like with the sunflower that I did, it just like basically it's asking something that you want, and good.
Yeah,
It's all
and
your flowers too, right?
yeah, yep. And I put I don't know if you saw my Facebook. I put a picture and video up, and I put his tag name. I don't know if you got it or not, but it was one of like the best feelings I've had through this whole process since it all started, and it was like surreal. Oh, it's time. Okay, that is so cool. Wow, that is awesome. That is so cool. Yay! Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much. That is so cool, that flower. That is really cool. Like, you placed it perfectly, too. Perfect spot. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. It's been very exciting. My hair, August was the last time I did the hair design on my scalp, and since then I have been letting it grow, and it's now June, and it's just growing like a weed. It's really thick. It's been exciting, having to relearn how to style and do my hair again. It's been really fun and exciting. Challenges along the way is always life, right? Life always has, you have ups and downs. You have your stress, anxiety, your good times. And so what's really helped me is therapy. I'm still doing therapy. I've been in therapy for 2 years, and I go once a month, and I've really learned how to balance life between stress, anxiety, work, husband, home, family, friends. And so whenever I get caught up in those moments of stress, anxiety, I go, okay, I need to delegate. I'm putting too much on myself. And so I've really have worked hard on that, and I've really noticed a difference. But in this last few months, I don't know, gosh, 8 months or so since my hair has been back and growing, there's been moments of a lot of stress, and at one point I was like, I feel like I'm gonna lose my hair. I'm stressing too much. This isn't good. And sure enough, I checked, and the alopecia has come back where it started. But I gave myself a week to grieve over it, and as you can see, it's still hard. Forever, it's having alopecia is, something you learn to live with. But it was really awesome to find out I have alopecia again, because the first time I had it, I didn't take it well. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't understand. And now going through therapy for 2 years and having it again, I was like, okay, all right, I'm not gonna let this take over. I'm gonna delegate my stress. I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna get a massage. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to get the stress down, because that's not okay. And so instead of just going on and getting more stressed out, more anxiety, which I used to, I stopped. I gave myself a week to accept that it's back, delegate my stress, and ever since then, it's getting smaller, and it's not getting worse. It's getting better, and my stress has gotten better, and so I think it's gonna be forever part of my life, and I just have to just get used to it and learn to manage life. And I think over the last 2 years, I've really have come a long way, and it'll be a lifelong journey, and I'm very excited for it. And even though people may along the journey have said some rough things or looked at me in odd ways, those were all stepping stones to make me even stronger. So I thank those people in a weird way, but yeah, so I'm excited to see what the next few years are going to bring, on to the next 2 years and the future, what it's going to hold. And I'm excited to see how long my hair is going to get, and I'm ready to face whatever's going to happen and with the years to come, whether I lose my hair or not. I just know when I get to those stressful moments to stop and ask for help where I didn't before. So I'll be okay. It's a good feeling to have. So no matter what, whether your hair doesn't grow back or if it does, just know that your hair is not who you are. Who you are comes from it within. And when you find that, you're going to be just fine. Just fine. So just find your support however you can, because that really will help you through the journey. Whether it's friends, family, therapy, you need that support. Definitely through life. And I'm here as well. So hang in there, be strong, and you'll make it.